From the Lacombe Online Newsroom, a Sunny 94 News Update.
A mix of sun and cloud and 4 degrees. Good afternoon. I'm Jared Hammer. Police are searching for 2 men who tried stealing an ATM from a convenience store in Red Deer this morning. At about 8 o'clock, Mounties were called to the store on Golden West Ave near 67th Street as 2 men in a stolen blue truck tried smashing through the door to steal the ATM. They were unable to get anything and abandoned the truck, then ran off. Police dogs searched the Kentwood and Normando neighborhoods, but were unable to find the men. One is described as having dark brown hair, wearing a gray jacket with white lettering on the back, a ball cap, and blue jeans. The other was fully masked, but wore blue jeans, black shoes, and a black jacket over a gray hoodie. If you spot either of these men, you're asked to call Red Deer RCMP. Police are looking for your help to identify a man who stole a kitten from the South Petland store in Red Deer last week. Staff are concerned for the kitten's well-being as it requires medication for a health condition it has. We have a surveillance photo of the man available for you to view on our local news page at lacombeonline.com. If you know who he is, you're asked to call the RCMP or Crime Stoppers. Edmonton police have arrested the man who gave Ponoka RCMP a fake name and ID, escaping custody. Michael Rassicott was arrested with 2 accomplices last month after Mounties found them with 3 stolen vehicles and a number of other stolen items. As Ponoka RCMP were processing him, he produced someone else's ID and was released on the condition that he'd appear in court, but police soon discovered that the ID they were given wasn't his. Yesterday, EPS arrested Rassicott for his warrants, and he'll be heading to court next week. Following some minor tweaks, an updated mobile vending business and busking bylaws in place in Sylvan Lake, with Food Truck Thursdays making a return next month. Communications Officer Joanne Gaudette says they've made some changes to the designated areas for food trucks and other vendors.
We did remove one of the former food truck plazas that was located on Main Street just because it wasn't as visible or utilized by those vendors. Some of the feedback was less likely that it would ever be used again in the future. We moved ahead to a mobile vending plaza within Centennial Park. We added permission to that so that it could be used as a large fruit or vegetable vendor.
Gaudette says they're also expanding the Food Truck Plaza area for Food Truck Thursdays on 50A Avenue to have more capacity to host more vendors following a very successful season last year. The town has added a busking permissions under the bylaw to encourage more street performers to set up and entertain. And gas prices shot up overnight in many parts of the country, and a senior petroleum analyst is predicting they'll keep rising. Price tracking firm GasBuddy says the average price for regular unleaded gas is about $1.15 per liter, up 19% from a year ago. Senior petroleum analyst Dan McTeague thinks prices will rise another 3 to 5 cents per liter in eastern Canada. Here in Lacombe, prices are up to almost $1.08 per liter, while just down the road in Red Deer, a few stations are still at the 98-cent mark. So if you're making a trip into Red Deer, I guess you might want to fuel up. In sports, the Lacombe Generals are looking to book themselves a trip to the Allen Cup semifinal match tonight. With a win over the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts, the Gens will take over first place in Division 2 and avoid having to play a quarterfinal game. Puck drop tonight is 5 o'clock again. Sunny 94's Jonathan Gignard will be bringing us the Generals update throughout the afternoon. The NHL playoffs kick off tonight with 5 games on the schedule. Play starts in Montreal and Ottawa, with the Canadiens hosting the New York Rangers and the Senators entertaining Boston. Later, the Edmonton Oilers are back in the playoffs after what seems like almost forever. I guess it was 2006 since they've been there last. They welcome the San Jose Sharks. Elsewhere, the defending Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins host Columbus, and St. Louis visits Minnesota. And the struggling Toronto Blue Jays look to get back on track when they finish a 2-game series with Milwaukee tonight at Rogers Center. The Jays have lost 6 of their first 7 games to start the season. Marcus Stroman will get the start for Toronto, while Milwaukee will counter with Chase Anderson. For all your local information, visit lacombeonline.com. Your national news is next.